All right, well, Gavin, I guess we'll just start with your impressions of the rink, the city, and how it feels to be at the Memorial Cup.
Yeah, it's cool. It's something we've been working towards all year. So to finally be here and kind of check out the city and the scenery and the rink, it's been pretty cool.
Is there any added significance for you knowing that this is where Sidney Crosby played his junior, a guy who, went first overall, you have to be first overall, the streaks, all that good stuff?
Yeah, it's super cool. Obviously he's a big name around the city, so there's going to be lots of talk about him. But it's pretty cool to be playing in a rink that he played in.
Have you ever met him?
No, I haven't.
Did you watch him growing up? And was he your favorite player?
Not my favorite player. I obviously really liked him. I mean, how can he not? I think every kid liked him and watched him growing up. He's a winner, so it was pretty cool. But yeah.
What do you know about the flow of this tournament? What have you guys talked about? The rhythm. It's a little different than best of sevens.
Yeah, it's a short, quick tournament, so we know that every single game's a big game, and we've got to make sure we're ready for each one because there's only so many chances you get.
We know the WHL championship was so emotional for you guys. How do you get that energy back up after you feel like you've already climbed this huge mountain?
Yeah, we've kind of said it after our win, celebrate for a day or two and then regroup and prepare for this tournament. The Western Hockey League has won it for quite some time now, so we want to be the team to do that.
How much of this is also playing for those guys, Gavin and Oasis and your line mate in the end?
Yeah, for those guys to put in the time that they've put in and the hard work, for it to finally pay off, we want to do it for them. They've spent hours and hours guiding us here, and we want to do it for them.
What's it like for you when you go into events where you're playing guys where they've clearly, kind of seen some of your viral highlights before and they kind of clearly know who you are?
Yeah, I think honestly every game guys are on me trying to get me off my game and stuff. So it'll be nothing new. I've kind of been used to it, and I'm looking forward to it.
Is that something you feed on?
Yeah, it's good for sure. Knowing guys are out to get me, it means I'm doing something right.
Do you ever get used to the spotlight, the media attention and the fans' attention when you go to a tournament?
Yeah, it's starting to kind of become the normal for me. It's pretty cool to meet new people everywhere you go and have people come up to you and want pictures. As growing up, I was that kid. When I saw my idols, I wanted to do the same. So it's pretty cool.
What was it that got you into hockey, or who?
My family. I grew up into hockey. Pretty much my whole family played hockey, so I kind of just grew up with a backyard rink. They put a hockey stick in my hand, and for as long as I can remember, I was playing hockey.
So you don't remember life without a hockey stick?
I don't, no.
Mini stick or real stick?
Probably both, yeah.
What would 10-year-old you think about being in the Memorial Cup right now?
You'd be pumped. I know it's, you play video games, you watch the Memorial Cup, and it's awesome. There's so much attention around it, and growing up, being out west, you watch those Western Hockey League teams, and you want to be them when you're older. So it's pretty cool.
How crazy was that year for you with the World Juniors and the finals, and then now here at the Memorial Cup? How crazy was it?
Yeah, there's been a lot of ups and downs this year. I think as a whole team, we've gone through a lot. I think with injuries and stuff, our team's dealt with a lot of adversity. So for us to be here, it means a lot, and we want to get that final goal of winning the Memorial Cup.
We've all seen what you can do on the ice, but Willie also mentioned that you guys have been doing some leadership sessions throughout the playoffs. Can you tell us about that and how it's kind of impacted your development?
Yeah, for sure. I think being a leader's always been a goal of mine. You watch those leaders like we said, Sidney Crosby, Jonathan Toews growing up, and you want to be them. Everyone's got nothing but good things to say about those guys. So, for me, I want to kind of leave my mark just like that, and I want people to say good things to me when they're done with their time with me.
How emotional were the playoffs for you as a team with what happened to Harrison's play?
Yeah, super emotional. We want to do it for him. He kind of held us in games when we needed him, so we wanted to be there for him when he needed us. So it was amazing to see what he did, and for him to win playoff MVP, that was so special.
When you look at the opening game against Rimouski, Gavin, just from video, what did you see when you had?
Yeah, they're a hard-working team. We know it's going to be a different style of hockey. We don't fully know what they play like, so we just got to kind of be ready and play our game because we know how we can play. So just be ready. They're going to play hard, and they're going to have the crowd and stuff. It's going to be hostile, so we want to try and feed off that as well.
what did Caden Lindstrom? What kind of impact did he have when he came back in the final?
Huge. I mean, he scored some big goals, made some big plays. He's just that type of player that when you have back in the lineup after, he didn't play for a year and a half, he could still dominate and change the game. It's just who he is.